Hi there. I just finished reading pages 15 to 25 again. Actually, I've had this little book for a little while now. It was a freebie for something else I had purchased. But let's see. So, a couple of comments. One of the things I wrote down was quality, not quantity. What we often hear is that the money is in the list, and I know that I've always thought that if I had a bigger list, then I would like reach lots and lots and lots more people, and that would be a really good thing, right? Well, probably not, especially if I don't have any idea who my avatar is and who I'm speaking to. If I'm speaking to the world, then I think a lot of people in the world would be bored. So more quality and less quantity seems to make sense to me. He says in here, list building is easy, and then he also says and explains that if you do it the right way, list building is easy, and I think that goes along will go along for me with along the same lines as having the right avatar and speaking to the right person. So building the right list and the right group and the right community is really, really important because I don't want to end up with a bunch of people on my list that I really don't like and really don't want to work with. I'd really rather have a group around me that enjoys my company and wants to travel the world with me. Wouldn't that be really cool? Then another thing that struck me is the whole idea of follow-up. I think kind of like what Elaine said in her little blurb is that first of all, I'm not sure I know what to say to people when I'm emailing them, and then following up, I really don't want to be a pest. And I have that kind of flawed thinking where if I don't pester them, then they won't drop off my list. But if I don't email them, then I won't ever sell anything to them, and so what's the point of having them on the list anyway? Nevertheless, one of my big flaws has been that I haven't wanted to pester them, so I haven't sent out a lot of emails. Although since we've been talking about this relatively recently, a lot of it's going through my mind, and one of the other things that's going through my mind is that I'm thinking I want to do video emails in addition to written emails, because people tend to want to watch video more than they necessarily want to sit down and read the dialogue. Next, I came across segmentation, and I know that I've spoken about this to people before, and it makes a lot of sense. I just never really knew how to only email to a portion, and how do I know which of these people on this damn list want to hear what? So I'm sure we'll be figuring that out. I really like what he said about you really don't need an office. It's like you wake up early in the morning, you send out an email, you finish your cup of coffee and whatever else, and the sales are rolling in. So you go off to take a shower and you're ready to do your day. But what are you going to do for the rest of the day? Because you've already made this chunk of change, and that's what you set out to do for the day anyway. And the whole idea of traveling around the world with a laptop and a cell phone is very appealing to me. It's what I've always wanted, and what I'm focused on. One of the things that I wrote down, it's not necessarily in here, is consistency. So consistently sending out email will be a good thing. And then finally, it says on page 25, each step builds upon the previous step and works to seamlessly, effortlessly, and visibly transition strangers into friends, friends into customers, and customers into raving fans. And to me, that means the whole thing about know, like, and trust And this is the way we're going to get them to know, like, and trust us through all these emails that we're going to be sending out. So let's get to it so that we can turn on this invisible selling machine and make some money. Thanks, bye.